This year, ShelterWorks is celebrating 20 years in business. I'm Tracy Switzer, and today I'm going to answer the question, how did we get our start? I grew up in the fiberglass business. My dad and his brother had a boat company. In the 50s, they started making boats in wood. In the early 60s, they transitioned into fiberglass boats. And in the early 70s, someone walked into our factory one day and said, hey, can you make a building out of fiberglass? A small shed type building. And my dad looked at his brother, and the brother looked back at my dad, and they said, why not? Of course we can. They had capacity. They had plenty of free time in the winter months when they weren't making boats. And they tried it, and the customer loved the first building, and they said, keep making them, we'll keep buying them. So I grew up around this fiberglass building concept, and then my dad and his brother sold their business when I was in college in the early 80s. And so about 5 years later, I went back to work for that same company they had sold. And within a year or so, I became their plant manager. I redesigned everything. I was very much involved in the product, and I loved product. I mean, I didn't love business as much. I loved product, making, designing, engineering, and making things better. So that was my whole focus. And I did that for about 5 years and decided it was time for me to start my own company. And my brother Peter was available at the time. He owned some fiberglass manufacturing equipment, and he had a facility that we could use. He was already making some small parts for another industry. And we decided to partner up and form this company, and that's what we did. We bootstrapped it. We did everything ourselves. We were doing sales. We were doing the marketing. We were spraying fiberglass and gel coat and cutting and trimming and assembling and delivering product to our clients. It was a very humble beginning, and I don't think we took salaries for maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. Having my own business really allowed me to continue to refine the product. I was able to experiment when I wanted to experiment, make changes and improvements along the way whenever some inspiration came to me. And it allowed me to build products that would last a long time and function correctly for the client. We say in our advertising, if it was built by ShelterWorks, it was built for life, and we mean it.